Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Shivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Nityan param kevalam murtim atitam gagana sadrusham tattvamasyathilaksham ekam nityam vimalamachalam sarvadhi sakshibhutam bhavatitam trigunarahitam. Nithyananda Rudras show. My Rajan will be discussing about conscious. Actually, Supreme Pontiff of Hindus, our beloved Swamiji Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the now be telling you about supremacy or soul, because there is really there level for their Hinduism to the level of having to need to create a exclusive space for Hinduism to be celebrated and treasured from its original context. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is really pioneering even the way we recognize what Hinduism is. We now understand Hinduism as maybe a set of beliefs, of morals, of cultural ideas that give people a feel-good feeling. But we are finding that the more people into Hinduism's different parts, for example, yoga or meditation or the techniques that come from the scriptures, the Paramashiva or the tantras, we're finding more things deeper to it. It is not just at a level of just your religion or a weekend thing or somewhere you can go to confess your sins. The Hinduism is something so deep that it encapsulates our entire life. It adds value to every single part of our life. And that is the way Swamiji has difference in the world of Hinduism. He is very clear. It is not just about a weekend, or it's not just about having a particular relationship with the deity on a particular time, on a particular day, then things are taken care for you. No, it's about taking the blessing of the deity home with you. It's about Ishta Nishtha, the truths from the Nyaya Shastra that talk about having the deity within you and celebrating it. The scriptures themselves have detail on telling people how you can live the very science, enhance every part of your life, whether it is your wealth, your relationships, your fears or your greeds, whatever it is that you want in your life. Hinduism has a lifestyle prescription directly for you, and even it has a prescription manifest extraordinary things. Of course, in today's sense, we will cognize them as extraordinary. But if you read the Puranas and the availability of these extraordinary powers, like the Superman or the other heroes that you may see flying, or to be able, or to have remote vision to see faraway places, all of just fantasies that we may be coming across have been proven by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as a reality. And he has been able to take us step by step. But if you see the narrative he himself is laying for us, he's really proving to the world, not just to the level of being consciously sovereign, but you can take that idea, the truth of your Paramashivatva, it in a way building a nation physically, and being able to help people cognize that they belong to religious order, because they are connected maybe by their ancestry or by their by their new meditation technique. So
conscious is the core of your reality. Natal habits bind you or chain prenatal habits are called karmas. Habits are called both together called as mind, which binds you with your prenatal attitude cannot bind you in. Listen. I am revealing the truth as this is literal Diksha. Truth as it without being clothed, dressed, or any makeup. Raw, straight, wild, real truth as it is. You conscious sovereignty is your reality. Your prenatals and habits and karmas. Postnatals and habits and karmas. Nothing can actually bind you. Nothing can actually chain you. Understand? Your delusion, you are bound, itself is an illusion. I'll tell you. I'll give you one example. My guru told me very clearly one statement. கண்ண பிரம்மாண்டத்துல இருக்கிறதாம்பா பிண்ட பார்க்கிற சொப்ன சுஷுப் இந்த முன் புரிஞ்சதுனாலே 25 துரியா எல்லா நிலையும் புரிஞ்சிரும்பா, அனுபவம் ஆயிடும். I'll translate. He told me, whatever is in the cosmos, macrocosm, is in the microcosm. Go through in your deep sleep, dream and waking state. Understanding, you will realize states up to Turyadita and experience. This is the formula, basic formula he gave me. Understand this formula. I attained deeper revelations. When you wake up from a nightmare, you always bad for suffering those seconds or minutes in the nightmare. Instead of celebrating, you are free from out of delusion by a power. You are out of powerful cognition, repentless, guilty about the delusion with which you suffered. Listen, actually, in reality, itself is because of your non-involvement, inactivity, withdrawal. When an elephant sleeps, even a wolf and fox will try to bite his leg. Listen. When an elephant sleeps, wolf and fox will try to bite his leg. When a lion is fast asleep, even wolves and foxes will try to eat the meat. Listen carefully. I'll repeat. Because the lion is sleeping, wolves and foxes get the courage to come near the lion, try to eat the leftover meat. Because the elephant is sleeping, wolves and foxes will try to come and bite the feet of the elephant. Try to take a bite. Because you are not involved with yourself, even your delusion is invited upon you. listen. Why you have nightmare? Because into the lower conscious identity. Your decision to fall into the lower conscious identity naturally invites nightmare in you. Your decision to wake up to the higher identity not only will throw away the nightmare, it can throw away all delusions, illusions. When you have delusions, illusions, sufferings, do not try to work on facts, figures, informations. Work on your identity. If you are having a nightmare, a tiger is chasing you, you are about to fall from a cliff below, lake filled with crocodiles, too many poisonous snakes, don't try to get a gun and try to kill all that animals. Try to work with the seed. Stupidest, most foolish thing is trying to work with the scene before attending to your lower conscious identity. Even if you kill all the tigers, elephants, crocodiles, animals you are seeing in your nightmare, you will see new animals will be immediately replaced.
Yes, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is sharing that at the time when we are facing our guilt or our depression or our sadness, it's not the time to look at the facts. The facts will do more damage. It is the time to look at our very identity, because that is only what is at question. Welcome all of the participants of those who are joining us for the Vakyartha Sadas today, sharing their thoughts in the comments. We welcome everyone who wants to share their thoughts and know more about whatever the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is sharing about conscious supremacy and conscious sovereignty. But if you see what we just watched, Swamiji is giving a beautiful technique on exactly where you need to make the
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Without the people sharing in the comments, they're sharing, Janie Schilling is sharing, how to stay out of guilt. The thoughts keep coming back, slowing me down. Thank you. How to help others I see have with the same problem. Thank you. Bertrand Le, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Sorry if it's wrong. I salute you, my dears. Yes, Nithyanandam, welcome. You're free to comment and share about the topic of conscious supremacy today. We just saw a beautiful clip where Swamiji is pinpointing should attend to our delusions, or in the case of how Jane is sharing in your yes, guilt thoughts keep coming, but why is it that we are? That is why it's not a matter of looking at the facts and build more guilt and oppressive thoughts within us, because that's our tendency. The identity that is there and does that actually. To collect the evidence why we should be in more guilt, why we should be in more depression. The identity needs to be healed. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is pointing out in this very beautiful satsang on conscious supremacy. He's also sharing that that identity has to be expanded to the level of understanding your consciousness, attached by anything external thought. That is the nirvikalpa, beyond all thought currents and thought trends. We have another person, Keithan Geboyd. Hello, I'm in the Zoom room, but I don't think others can see my messages. Well, welcome, and hopefully you heard us join us in this beautiful discussion. I think, yes, Antoine is also there. Nithyanandam, you can help Keithan. So we are discussing about the truth of conscious supremacy. So let's look at another clip of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, continuing from this very point, the last video, and he expands more on a beautiful example of how the different thought who has taken to be conscious supremacy. Let us take this to look at this.
Listen. Working on your conscious reality will wake up your conscious sovereignty in you, that will solve millions of problems you are facing in your life, even in a very practical, strategic way. You always think, will my conscious sovereignty help me to strategize and win in my life? You think, oh, if I am awakened, achieve conscious sovereignty, I may leave all this and that way all my problems will be solved. But I wanted to play this game and very strategically, successfully. Hey, I am telling you, wake up, higher conscious sovereignty, amazingly strategic, amazingly strategic, successful, extremely blissful. Declare your conscious sovereignty. Supremacy over your postnatal and patterns, attitudes you acquired before your birth, prenatal, after your birth, postnatal. Declare your conscious sovereignty over all that prenatal bind you. Cannot. How your nightmares cannot bind you. Even when you go through nightmares, you are not really affected. Listen, in your nightmare, if you are seeing a snake biting you, a poisonous snake biting you, it's not that your body really gets poisoned and you die. No. All nightmare ultimately to wake you up. All delusions are designed ultimately to enlighten you. Shani comes in your life, Rahu comes in your life only to wake you up to Guru and give you enlightenment. Understand? Even your delusion is nothing more than you just slapping your face and waking yourself. How sometimes in the morning you wash your face and just slap yourself and wake you up. Or stretch your body, do yoga and make yourself fully awake. Same way, your delusions are designed to wake you up. Listen. Your realization of your conscious sovereignty will bring ultimate relationship between you and me. You know, you are Paramashiva, I am Paramashiva, and with extreme oneness, how you love you, you will love me. Only a person who realizes his conscious sovereignty, his relationship with me, it will be eternal. I trust only that relationship. This is the chastity of your soul, consciousness. This Guru Purnima, I give you all the gift, establishing relationship between you and me, conscious sovereignty centered. You are conscious sovereign being, Paramashiva. And I am Paramashiva, you are Paramashiva. How you love you, same way you love me. How I love me, same way I love you. We both love ourselves and each other in oneness. I give you all this sweet gift of conscious sovereignty centered relationship between you and me as Guru Purnima Prasada. From today, I'll help you all till Guru Purnima to align the conscious sovereignty centered relationship. See, if we had our relationship diluted, deluded, in course of time, little greed, little fear, that your greed, you want some boon from me, your fear, you want me to save you from some problems. If all that got added, nothing wrong, you don't need to worry about it. It is just a small delusions. But now let us revive, re-establish our relationship, conscious sovereignty centered. Understand? Many times my disciples come and tell me, you all the time train only me, find only faults on me. See, the other person is also having the same problem, but you don't tell anything to them. Listen. When I am correcting you, working on you, cleaning your, I will not do the same on the. I do it when you don't see, or the way you can't see. But with each one I am working to evolve our relationship, conscious sovereignty based. Understand? The truths I am talking today is the pure Nirvana Diksha. Listen carefully. Your reality means Jiva Tattva, Jiva Satya. Your existence's reality is conscious sovereignty. And with that same realization, you are a conscious sovereign being. Relating with Paramashiva is the love centered on oneness. Paramadvaita Bhakti. You know, you are conscious sovereign being and your Guru is conscious sovereign being. As you love you, you love your Guru. It is due to the oneness you feel with your Guru, you love him deeply.
Yes, beautifully Swamiji shared about our relationship with the Guru and how that is exactly a relationship that we have with ourselves. Yes, we wanted to understand today how we can recognize the conscious sovereignty and the conscious supremacy, and it starts with the identity. And that identity is shown back to us when we come to the Guru. How we treat ourselves, how we attend to ourselves, the love. Do we have love? Or do we have hatred? Or do we have distrust? Or do we feel completely abandoned? If this is the space that we are seeing coming from the Guru, it is the space we are seeing ourselves have for our inner true selves. What Swamiji is saying is that the way you cognize the world is treating you is exactly the way you are treating yourself. This is one of the truths that we must understand when it comes to conscious sovereignty and conscious supremacy, because it comes down to the understanding of the identity, how we are treating ourselves, how we cognize ourselves. And when we feel the most delusion, we have some of the comments sharing some of the struggles they're having, some of the pains they're having, and they're feeling very cheated. It's never like that. The truth is that life is always for us. There's a beautiful story you might have heard, but it's worth telling again and celebrating. A man goes to God and says, I am here finally. And God says, beautiful. See behind you, there is a beautiful beach. And see there, see the footprints. You have been with me, I have been with you. See the footprints that we are walking along with each other. So then the man sees the footprints and says, oh my God, means you are there with me my whole life? Yes. As they walk further, the man starts seeing that there are not two sets of footprints. There's only one set of footprints. And at this time, immediately, he comes to the conclusion and proof. I have proof you are not with me, God. See, you never helped me in my life. And this is the conclusions all of us will naturally even come to maybe sometimes. But he's walking along the path and saying that, see, I have proof that you are not with me at times, God, because there is only one set of footprints on this beach in the path of life. At that moment, God said, those were the times I was carrying you. You are not able to walk. You're not able to have the life positivity, to have the conscious sovereignty, to continue on your own. So that moment I was carrying you. Those footprints are my own, is what the God said to the man. And this is how we have to cognize the truth of our delusion. Is that, as Swamiji shared in the clip just now, it is the evidence that we can jump out of it and that He is still there carrying us. It is not a moment to be in our delusions, in our depressions, in our guilts or anything and feel that we are cheated or we are completely abandoned. It is to see how even now He is there with me, how even now He's taking care of me, even though I am putting my own tantrum, even though whatever I am having now, I only manifested and asked for it. This comes from a very responsible position. And only if you know that you are responsible for whatever is happening in front of you or whatever is you are creating inside your life, you will not point the blame out. You will point the blame in and look in and strengthen your own conscious sovereignty. Always, that was the solutions that was given by incarnations from earlier. And we're going to see the next clip where Swamiji shares how the incarnation as Bhagavan Sri Krishna handled it. He was amidst so much adversity. He was amidst so much people who are absolutely against him. If you all don't know the story of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, for all of us who are new, he was amongst the battle of two parts of the same family. And he was the one working for peace. Though history may tell that he was the one who was the warmonger, who was the womanizer, no. Bhagavan Sri Krishna was the single person working for peace more than anybody else. And again and again and again, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism tells us this truth, that he is the greatest Tyaga of the whole history of Mahabharata itself. And just by the decisions and the actions he did, he had to handle those who were absolutely adverse with him. But he never took it as being abandoned, cheated, or something wrong. He took it as a responsibility and decided to be for life, because he knows at the core of it all, the identity is a blessing. It is not something that is we created and we only have to destroy or build. It is not like that. It is all the things that we put in the way to forget that we are Paramashiva, to forget that we are the identity. Now, to unlearn all those is the work that Swamiji is asking us to do. We did too much in the past and loaded ourselves by handling everything as facts and just saying, as a fact, I have been cheated. As a fact, I have been abandoned. As a fact, I am mistreated. And we do so much, it has just become an ingrained nature to just see everything like that. But Swamiji is teaching us the humbleness of the divine. The conscious sovereignty they express, or the conscious supremacy they express, comes with absolute humbleness and understanding that the identity is Paramashiva. And from that space, when you operate and move about your life, you'll be able to see everything is a miracle. Everything is a blessing. As Swamiji shared, that Shanishwara, Rahu, and their roles in our life, we may be seeing as being completely a negative effect. But nothing ever falls apart. Everything falls in place. That is the truth that we must realize. And we must hold on to it like how we protect a flame from the winds. This is our life. This is how we want to treasure it. We do so much to think that the negativity is there against us, to say that we are cheated, to be in the guilt. But we have to find out that we are putting the conscious effort, having a lower identity. Antoine Johnson is beautifully asking the question, how do we cherish or renounce the lower identity and hold on to the higher one? It is not just renouncing the lower one, it is removing what you put in the way to forget that you are actually Paramashiva. Whether it is prenatal or postnatal, means before you're born or after you're born, the karmas that you brought with you, or that which you have accumulated in this lifetime, the patterns. When we bring and flood these with awareness, we will understand that we were always in that state, just decided to forget. Decided that something else is. So this is one of the powerful ways that at the time when we are in the delusions, when we're in the low moods, when we're not feeling like life is for us, in those moments we need to count our blessings. We need to see and cherish gratitude inside of us. This is going to take us to the next level, conscious breakthrough. When we declare conscious supremacy, that no, life is life positive. Life is Paramashiva. It is not going to destroy me. What needs to be destroyed should be destroyed. I have Paramashiva within, and I know it is going to be for the best. That is what we should carry on and hold on. So let us take a look at one more clip where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares specifically the detail on how Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself was an example of conscious supremacy.
When Krishna declares his state, space, powers, being, how he is, and his conscious sovereignty, whoever listened to him reached the Parandama. Vaikunta, his space. At the same time, Shishubala was trying to portray, describe how Krishna is. Whoever listened to Shishubala lived in Shishubala's space and got. I dictate my space being my consciousness. If you connect with that, you will enjoy Kailasa and the ultimate space, conscious sovereignty I am manifesting. Instead, if you try to do independent research, independent investigation, the druggies, rapists, devil worshippers, racists, this gang, how they try to portray me, describe me, like how Shishubala, Saguni, all of them try to describe Krishna. Same way, these culinaries, rapists, child rapists, druggies, devil worshippers, when this gang try to describe me, abuse me, and if you listen to them, their words, you will be in their space and get destroyed. You will become druggy, you will become them and get destroyed. Because with whom you relate and connect, whose words you decide to believe, you get their bioenergy. That is why I again and again tell you, if you are doing your independent investigation based on the opinions of the druggies, child rapists, racists, criminals, culinaries, and devil worshippers, you will only reach their space. Rot and die in their space. Listen. That is why it is important to connect with how Krishna introduces himself. Not how Shaguni or Shishubala introduces Krishna. Listen. Intensely, consciously, ferociously decide to work on your conscious sovereignty. It's extremely exciting, fresh, alive experience of beautiful sunrise. Conscious sovereignty is the beautiful sunrise. I tell you, if you don't have a good friends to inspire you, don't talk to anyone, don't spend time with anyone, just spend time with my satsangs. That's the best friend you can have for yourself to enlighten you. Wrong friends will destroy your life. All those people who tell you, you should do your own independent investigation, they will put their shit on your mouth. They will nicely cook it. It may even feel tasty sometimes, spicy. Only when it goes inside you will realize the impact of it. Understand? Falling into the delusion is not wrong, but not coming out is wrong. Falling into the delusion is not wrong, but not coming out is wrong. If any fear or greed, knowingly or unknowingly entered between guru-disciple relationship, now is the time purifying it, rejuvenating it, pulling out of delusion and liberating yourself, getting back, aligning to conscious sovereignty centered relationship. Conscious sovereignty centric relationship. Conscious sovereignty centric buddhi, bhakti, shakti. Conscious sovereignty centric buddhi, bhakti, shakti. I tell you, have right friends who inspire your conscious sovereignty, enlightenment, and right Guru Bhakti. If you don't have that kind of friends, better don't relate with them. Don't relate with anyone. Just spend time with yourself, watching my satsang, reading my books. That will inspire you, raise you to experience conscious sovereignty. I tell you. This deluge, pralaya, brings many delusions. Lies looks like facts. See, when you are boiling with insecurity, any person giving you any information which may look like a fact, you will take that as a truth and make stupid decisions. Like this Shishubala and Saguni, when they abuse Krishna, they always get some facts, some figures, some ideas as evidence for them. Twisted, misrepresented, manipulated. When you are boiling in hatred, you simply swallow supplied to you by Shishubala and Sahuni. And his gang. Shishubala Saguni gang, description about Krishna will destroy your life and you will be destroying others' life. Go to Krishna's version about himself. That will liberate you and you will be liberating others.
Yes, here in this very example, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gives us the way that Bhagavan Sri Krishna was able to magnificently stay consciously sovereign and how he declared his conscious supremacy. Beautiful example he gave of the Mahabharata. See, we will have all of those characters inside of us. We will have the Shishupalas and the Shakunis who will go behind the facts and tell us that our conscious nature is not a reality. It is not something you want to pay attention to. It will not lead you to where you want to be. Listen to them. That is what they will say. But then we will have the friends like the Sahadeva or those who are devoted to Bhagavan, to Krishna, who listened to Krishna and finally became one with Parandhama. We'll have those Shuddha Buddhi, it's called. Actually, in our Guru Puja, we chant the Naivedyam Syat Sudham Buddhihi. It's part of the Manasa Puja that we have. Sudham Buddhihi are those thoughts and those assets that are there inside of you that put you back to aligning with the Guru, that put you back to feeling that life is for you. It is not going to destroy you. It is not going to remove you. And you cannot be removed. But you're holding on to something that you're not ready to let go. And that is what the test is. Yes, everything falls in place. Nothing falls apart. We may be seeing it and maybe actually saying, no, this is falling apart. No, that is not correct. No, this is not the way to do. We will be taking facts and the conversation will go on and will be loops and loops and loops again. But what are you going to prescribe to? What is your takeaway? What is your offer? Your identity, the essence of your very life? Your identity is supposed to be Paramashiva, right? But absolutely life positive. Able to see that in any situation, against any adversity that you may recognize as an adversity. Even Krishna didn't cognize that Shakuni or these other people in his life are enemies. No, he did not cognize that at all. He only took them, and finally, at the end of the day, he won. They all were the pawns. They just destroyed themselves at the end. But because of his conscious supremacy, Bhagavan Sri Krishna did the dharma and stood, and all of those who listened to him survived and were able to have prosperous life. Yes, we have so many people joining us and sharing about their particular struggles or particular things that they're going on. And then we have David Nolan, he's sharing, go ahead, give it up. That's what a devotee does. Give it all up. If you think it's not working for you, that might be part of the illusion too. It is surely a part of the illusion to anything that is putting you between, making you feel far away from the Guru is an illusion. Anything that is making you think that you need to take a break or give up the Guru in your life is something you should stay absolutely far away from. It is that only that we should hold on to. The Guru's feet is what we should hold on to. He is there right for us. Even if we throw the tantrum on him, even if we say that he is not there, he is not supporting us, we'll finally see at the end of the day, he is the one only carrying us. At no cost should we ever drop the Guru or give up on the Guru. That should be the last thing. We have to have this whole Leela and understand that is all Paramashiva's Leela. We should not give up on the Guru. We can give up on everything. Let's give up on our guilts. Let's give up on our patterns. They are not worth it. Let's give up on the attitude of giving up. Let's throw all of these tantrums on those parts of us that are putting us far away from the Guru. But we will hold Swamiji, we will hold the Guru as the treasure in our lives and celebrate him. You will see everything will fall in place. We have feelings, we have intentions, facts are there, things happen. But always the feelings will be fulfilled, things will fall in place. We come to the wrong conclusions and put ourselves more into delusion that life is against us, the world is not working for me or for my intentions. But we need to learn the patience to understand how we manifested this, and he is taking care. The delusion will finally lift and we will have the liberation. Yes, David Nolan is sharing that he's understanding and sharing his click that you should give up on giving up. And Rodriguez also is sharing, really needed to hear this today to give up on my patterns. Yes, thank you all for sharing. Beautifully, we've come to a beautiful conclusion to this discussion. Thank you all for joining us. And please stay tuned. Today evening, we're going to be having the darshan of the Lingodbhava Murti of Paramashiva manifesting in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the supernal effulgence of the cosmos, declaring your conscious sovereignty and understanding that you are that supernal effulgence beyond anything is today's celebration in the darshan tonight at 7 p.m. EST. So don't miss. Thank you all for joining. You can go to the Paramashiva link in the description and join the session. So we will now end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.